Hello guys, so we're back and let's do a garden tour. I have not looked at my garden since I left for vacation. I have been gone for almost over a week, and so let's take a look and see what the garden looks like, because I'll bet it's fine. Okay, so this is, I don't even remember, parsley. Parsley's just meh. This is tarragon. It's just meh. My cilantro finally said goodbye. We have cayenne peppers. They're not... Oh, we have a pepper. Look. Right there. We have a cayenne pepper. One. This is the rosemary. These were flowers that just got put here. This bed is nothing. I actually need to come in and add more soil to it and pull the weeds. My mother-in-law has been helping me by picking all the tomatoes while I was gone, and she's out to help pick more tomatoes. Woohoo! We have tomatoes. I don't know how many though. So here's tomatoes. Remember, we had 5 tomato plants right here. We've got lovely weeds going on. Oh, we have a couple peppers. That's cool. I should get those picked before they die on me. The basil actually doesn't look bad, but it is starting to bolt. Now I'm just kind of leaving it here for the purposes of bugs, mainly keeping bugs away, not... Okay, so this bed here was potatoes that should have been dug up a long time ago. Well, half of it. Now it looks like weeds. I don't even know if there's potatoes in there anymore or not. I should dig that up. The next bed was an entire bed of potatoes. It's been taken over by the vining plant here. That is all gourd. They are like the birdhouse gourds, and it's just taken over everything. And we'll get over there, but there's quite a few big gourds on them. Over here was flowers, and I think the bugs have pretty much demolished said flowers. This was onions, and the gourds have taken over the onions. We had arugula and collard greens and the mustard greens were over underneath the gourds. They're gone. But all this stuff has bolted, and it really just needs to be pulled at this point. Although, I swear that almost looks like a potato right there, but I don't know. We had marigolds, but they're taken over again by the gourds. The gourds have just taken over. We have purple beauty peppers that we need to go ahead and pull before the bugs take them. But I actually had some peppers. That's exciting. This looks like a voluntary potato. I have a bunch of ants on my flower there, or on my light there. I have weeds. We've always had the weeds though. So the huckleberries didn't do real well this year. Bugs on them. I don't even know what those bugs are. Stupid bugs. I'm tired of bugs. This was cantaloupe, and my mother-in-law said I had some really good cantaloupes coming in. They weren't real big, but they were starting to turn colors. And then my neighbor's ducks came and ate them. So no cantaloupe. Moving on. I replanted, oh, there's a gourd.
There's a baby one right next to it. And there's 2 more huge ones.
The gourds have just taken over the garden. There's a gourd. There's one. This got actually planted to either zucchini. Yeah, I think this was the zucchini. So there may be some zucchini plants I kind of see in there. But I don't know if they're actually going to do anything or not. They were planted late.
That is a big spider.
We have a garden spider that apparently is huge right there. What's up, dude? These were tomatillos, but the tomatillos have been engulfed by the gourds. Yeah, here's more gourds.
No, there's like an actual gourd.
There's gourds over here. Like, I don't even remember planting this many gourd plants. Oh, we got another garden spider right there. So this was tomatillos as well, and they have been eaten by the gourd. Yeah, we've got big gourds up on the trellis. I replanted this to yellow squash, and I believe the gourds took over the yellow squash. This was eggplants, and we did have an eggplant. Oh, there's one. But I don't know what color. It's not purple, and I don't know why. So Anyway, this was eggplant. This was that whole mess of whatever. I know there was some cantaloupe in here and there was some watermelon. Maybe the ducks ate the watermelon too. We have weeds, by the way. We do have these real pretty Cosmo flowers that are doing very, very well. We have eggplant here. These were those mystery plants, and it only has one eggplant still, and it's yellow also. And again, I don't know why. I need to do some research because I don't know a lot about eggplant. This was bell peppers, and they're not peppering, they're just plants. I tore out the shishito peppers before the last garden tour, and then down there were poblano peppers, and we got a poblano, but I can't get there from here, so we'll take a look at it in a minute. This is all tomatoes. My mother-in-law, like I said, has been collecting the tomatoes for me. We have a bunch of Romas right there. The tomatoes are doing fairly well. Maybe not as well as I would like, but it's a learning curve. My Swiss chard looks like it's coming back over here as well as here. I cut them both back big time because the bugs. I've got onions that need to be picked, and so basically we need to pull them up out of the dirt, leave them laying on the top of the surface to dry out to get that real good papery skin, and then they'll last a little while. These are Anaheim chili peppers, and we finally, I just saw one. We have a pepper here. I thought I saw another one, but I don't have a whole lot of peppers. They're not peppering a lot, but here's a flower at least, so that might be, yeah, there's a little pepper in there. So we have peppers coming finally. Not a lot, but we have this lovely weed right here. It's a pain in the butt, it hurts, don't step on it. More onions that I think I've lost, because these were actually bunching onions, not onions, but they onion out. And a flower that never flowered. This is the asparagus. That's the pineapple that didn't do anything. The jalapenos here, I got a couple of jalapenos off of them at the beginning, and then the bugs demolished it, and it's actually starting to put back on leaves. So fingers crossed, right? These are peppers. These are Thai hot peppers. Oh, look, we got a Thai hot pepper right there. We've got some flowers. Oh, we got a Thai hot pepper right here. That's exciting. So we're getting a couple peppers. I'm just not getting peppers like you should be. Oh, we got peppers over there. Cool. These are giant Marconi peppers. We actually have peppers right in there, if you can see. Again, not many, but hey, we got peppers. This was all flowers, and of course we got weeds. We're good at the weeds. This is like that yellow flower up by my house, which I'm not doing a flower tour up by the house, but these are right here, so. But we've got a lot of pretty flowers in here. I don't know if I planted that or if that's a weed, but it's flowering. It's pretty. My zinnias, more weeds. We're doing good on the weeds. These zinnias over here, not so good. Lots of weeds. The snapdragons are gone. So I planted green beans all along this row right here. And the green beans aren't doing well because the grasshoppers thought, ooh, food. So then I came back in right before we left for vacation because I was out of town at my aunt's house for about a week. Came home for 4 days and left for Orlando, Florida. And that all happened right around the 1st of August. So, but I came in that first part of August and I planted all of this whole bed to green beans. And you can see where one was eaten off there. We have some weeds. There was one right there. Some right there. One right there. So they've there's one right here. The seeds either were bad or the grasshoppers have eaten them off, and I don't know which. However, I did plant zucchini right before we left for my aunt's house, the end of July. I just bought the plants. I did not start the plants. and they're doing really well. It'd be nice if they would actually go ahead and produce some zucchini. I've actually never grown my own zucchini, so it's kind of exciting. Back over here to the pepper. There it is. See if I can get to it. Right there is a poblano. And we're actually keeping the poblano for another reason, because it turns into another type of pepper that I'll have to flash on the screen because I can't remember right now. So anyway, it's not actually to be a poblano, it's to be this other type of pepper. So this was a mushroom basket tomato, and it's been eaten by so many bugs it's not even funny. All the rest of them are doing fairly well. Squash came in and, you know, ate the tomatillo plants. They're still there, and they look like they're still putting on new stuff, but I have only harvested like 3 tomatillos off of them, so I don't have high hopes. This was the strawberry bed. This was the Lysianthus, those flowers that took for freaking ever. They're, I don't know. And the other one was taken over by, you guessed it, the squash. So, okay, this is where I had all those tomatoes planted, the 40 some. It is taken over by weeds. I spent so much time, but so these are getting eaten by the bug, which is really sad. We got some blueberry tomatoes here. I think like the first 9 plants are blueberry tomato plants, and I'm gonna do more next year because they're really good and I've learned stuff. I have voluntary corn right here that I just didn't pick. It's not gonna corn out, but you know. I have a voluntary sunflower. Again, blueberry tomatoes, some mushroom basket tomatoes, lots of weeds. These guys, they got a rough start, and their rough start never got really any better, so they're doing good for what they were dealt. And I guess that we did get about 1.5 inches of rain on Monday of this week. Today is Sunday. There's some tomatoes in there. Most of these are either rotting, been eaten by bugs, or just not producing. So I'm gonna do better next year, and I always say that, but it's true, I will do better. Finally, we end up here by the house. I have 2 tomato plants. One was a cherry tomato, one was a Roma. The Roma got broke off, but I went ahead and let it grow just to see what it would do. So I don't really think I got many Roma tomatoes because of that. There's a couple in there. They're not as big. They are grown in 5-gallon smart pot. The cherry tomatoes are doing better than the Roma tomatoes. The oregano, hey, there's me. The oregano has like taken over. We have chives that are doing really well. That's supposed to be mint, but I don't see a lot of mint. The sage finally came back, which it was doing horrible. So I can get it harvested and drying, and then we'll have fresh sage. Well, fresh dried sage. I think the oregano has come in here, but I do have some parsley. I think I have some weeds. The thing about the oregano and the mint is if it touches anywhere, it is going to plant its seed, and it is going to be a pain in your tuchus. I have some dill seeds here that I need to harvest, and then we can have dill next year. I should have done that a while ago because I've lost most of them to wind. Of course, the rest of this stuff is flowers. We've got a flower bed here. I know I wasn't really going to focus on flowers, but we got a flower bed here. My flower pot got broke. Sad day. My trailer hitch got tossed out and hit it when we were packing to leave for Orlando. There's an herb that I think I planted in that flower pot there that you really can't see because it's taken over by all the other stuff. It did have ginger in it, but the ginger never did anything. And then I had an herb here that was English thyme in this smart pot, and the tomato has taken over and it's not doing real well. Oh, and then we have the basil, and the basil is doing better than I thought. A lot of it has gone to seed or has bolted. Once it bolts, it's supposed to be bitter, and you don't want that. So the basil's probably pretty done, and I could probably pull it. There we are. That is my mid-month garden tour for basically being away for 3 weeks. There were 4 days and 3 weeks I was here. Otherwise, my mother-in-law has been doing a fabulous job of taking care of my garden for me. My sunglasses are somewhere, I think in the truck. We left Orlando, Florida yesterday morning at 8 o'clock Florida time, 7 o'clock Missouri time. We pulled in at 1:30 this morning. So I guess I get to go find all my stuff and move on. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye! Zoe, no.
Things are growing crazy.